And then he says that the news network that is most critical of him should be taken off the air. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them.
I offer you a choice. Bend the knee and join me.
In all fairness, I cannot say that I'm all that surprised that Morning Joe took a nosedive when it comes to ratings. So after Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski took their trip to Mar-a-Lago to
Bend the knee.
So for lack of a better term, they went to go make amends with Donald Trump. You know, meet in the middle. Since then, people on the left have been losing their minds, calling them traitors, backstabbers, double-crossers, double dealers. I think I even saw somebody call him a Judas. I saw one guy say Trump's victory is so complete, Morning Joe has fully surrendered. Both hosts went to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring. Rosie O'Donnell put her comments in there.
Hold, please. So Mika and Joe went down to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring. It's the last time I ever watched Morning Joe. Period. End of statement. Unreal. Unreal. For months you were telling us he's the worst thing that could happen to this country and democracy. And then you go kiss his ring? Despicable. Despicable you. Both of you.
People are calling them cowards with this little thing to say. Morning Joe meeting with Trump was driven by fears of retribution from the incoming administration. And all of that coupled up with this.
Joining us on the phone, the front runner of the Republican race for president, Donald Trump.
We've known you for a very long time. I've even told people on this show that I've called you up and I advised you early on, stop picking fights with people. You ignore all my advice and then you go up 30 points in the polls.
I will share the moment of bonding that occurred when Mr. Trump walked into the room and said, "Hey, Heilman, we should like each other. We're both German."
Okay.
One thing I have learned, if you're going to be a good governor or a good president, you have to have a short memory. Donald, if he's punches back, is a very short memory. He's always looking for friends. And that's the one thing that always shocks me in politics. People that, can forget what happened before and say, let's get together later.
Donald Trump, thank you very much.
So then the normal person asks, well, why the backlash? Well, I think a portion of it is because your audience's memories aren't as bad as you might think they are.
Then he says that the news network that is most critical of him should be taken off the air. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them.
Over the past week, Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared. Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues. Full images are not of Hitler, are not of Saddam Hussein. The most powerful images are of the hypocrites surrounding him, praying that this guy is his savior. The image of Donald Trump as Jesus Christ being hung on the cross.
Yes, the images of Trump are ominous and important, but it does paint the darkness of putting him side by side of other dictators. Adolf Hitler, Saddam Hussein, you can go on and on. And that's where we have to put him.
Y'all need to see something. Take a look at this. You see the time of day this is happening. So this is the information that you're getting first thing in the morning. As soon as you wake, some people are still in bed just trying to enjoy their sleep. But as soon as you wake up and you see Morning Joe, this is what you're waking up to. Now, you do this for years, you build a following off of this, and then all of a sudden, you tat him out to tell your audience that you went to the same guy that you were criticizing and waved a white flag. With all of that taken into consideration, it should be no surprise to anyone that their ratings actually took a 17% drop, roughly going from about 839,000 to about 694. Now, to be fair, they did have a little bit of a bounce back from the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock show. But even with that said, the numbers still dipped. I don't think anyone has a problem with the fact that they actually met with Donald Trump. I think it just comes off as them trying to save their own skin. Even Nikki Haley caught on to it where she said they realized they needed Trump for their own survival. Damn! Here's part of the issue that I'm seeing. Perception. In 2016, these guys gave Donald Trump a lot of attention.
The front runner, the Republican race for president, Donald Trump.
We've known you for a very long time. I've even told people on this show that I've called you up and I advised you early on, stop picking fights with people. You ignore all my advice and then you go up 30 points in the polls.
Now, after branding him as dangerous, the moment in time when it became very clear that Joe Biden was going to be the winner, they spent a lot of their airtime then branding Donald Trump as tantamount to that of a dictator. But now that Donald Trump is back in charge, it seems as if they're scrambling to make sure that they always have some kind of close proximity to power. That's what this looks like. And this is why their fans that they've developed over the years feel betrayed. But hey, if you disagree, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Be easy, y'all.